Welcome, gamers, to this week's episode of Last Call Gaming. We're on episode 40. My name is Craig Perales, and the guy that always pours one out for his homies, Mandrew Montemayor.
Yeah, it's not great. It's okay. I don't know how people drink this shit every day, but...
So, guys, since we have hit episode 40, we have decided that we are going to drink 40s today. I have chosen King Cobra. The king! 6%. Andrew has chosen a nice... Hold it. I don't know if they can see it. A nice Mickey's, which sits at a 5.6. So, guys...
So I can eat lightning and crap thunder.
Pause the episode and go get a 40 with us and drink along with it, because this is kind of a special episode. I do got to say, I believe, if memory serves, the King Cobra is the first 40 as a young buck that I ever had. So, I'm curious of what anybody else that's watching this, Cien, if you've ever had a 40, Colin, if you've ever had a 40... and Andrew, this is your first experience with a Mickey's, is that correct?
Yeah, that's alright. I think the King was better last time we had those.
Told you.
That was also 2 years ago.
You can never go wrong with the King as long as they stay ice cold.
Yeah, no, these are going to get warm real quick.
That's why you got to drink them fast, baby. So we will try to get to the news as fast so that we can drink them and they don't hurt going down as they are on the way out. So guys, first up is kind of like what we did with last month. We're going to tell you guys the top games of March coming out that we think you should check out. Obviously, there's probably 20 or so games packed with a bunch of DLC. I was seeing a lot of like Borderlands DLC coming out. There's Control has DLC coming out. But Andrew and I have narrowed it down to 5 games that we think this month you should check out. And the first, on the top of that list, I almost want to end it with it, but let's start it with it, is Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
That new hotness.
That new is hot. It comes out March 11th on the Xbox and the PC. So this is one of the first party games that Xbox and Microsoft own. This will be a day one Game Pass game.
They're exclusive of the year.
I think so.
The only one coming out.
So this game, a lot of people have already played it. They've demo tested it. It's looking fantastic. It's getting really good reviews. If you've played the first one, then then you're familiar with that. The first game was brilliant. So before we dive in number 2, Andrew, what are your initial memories with number 1?
I actually didn't play I played a bit of the first one, but I didn't beat it. And I remember watching you guys play it. Yeah, I think she got towards the end of it and didn't finish it. She really liked it. I mean, it's a beautiful game. I think it looks good. It's just it's something that's been on my backlog, and there's always something better or newer that's coming out that I just never really got the chance to go back. And at this point, it's like, there's so many other things.
I keep twisting the top off, but that's only going to slow me down. So guys, check out the first one. It actually came out with the remastered collection of it, so you can play that. But this one, from everything that I'm gathering and reading and watching of other people playing it, they're saying that the first one had really vibrant colors, but it was kind of more focused on these darks and like these purplish colors, where this one's kind of taking the brighter colors and bringing them to the foreground. They're also showing that the combat has evolved, and it's more of, because now you can wield a sword, which you couldn't do in the first one. You kind of had this character that kind of shot beams and stuff like that. It's kind of diving more into the RPG element, where there's a purchase system, and each purchase can make each player's playthrough uniquely different in a good way. I was reading some people that were saying that he went more melee style when he fought a boss, so he was focusing more on these attacks, where this other character was kind of doing these passive. There's a butterfly you can buy that does attacks for you and trips people up. So the fact that the combat's going to be unique in a game that looks more platform than RPG kind of element, I think this game's really going to stand out. And it's literally from today, a week away.
I think that's pretty cool. I mean, more variation, especially for anybody who just doesn't like that. You take your skill tree and whatever path it is that you want to do. I always prefer to do that than whatever. Yeah,
I do want to give a shout out because the developer of this is Moon Studios, but obviously the publisher is still Xbox Game Studios, and the genre falls under the Metroidvania. So, I mean, if you're a fan of those type of games, definitely go check it out. And the fact that it's on Game Pass, you can go play number 1 right now, beat it in a week, and play number 2.
Game Pass coming again.
There it is. So, Andrew, what do you got?
My first one is actually going to be Animal Crossing, which we just talked about just recently. Coming out March 20th, again, developed by Nintendo EPD, published by Nintendo, so only coming out on the Switch. Huge game for those people who are into it. I personally, I think I like it. I think it looks absolutely great. Like, it looks like a really fun game. It's just, I don't know if I have that kind of time to delve into something like this, because I'm super, nitpicky about something that I feel like I would actually probably get really lost in this game and then fall behind on everything else. That, and I just don't know. right now I have my Switch and my Xbox in separate rooms. That if maybe if I just had it all in one place on like an Xbox or something like that, this would be my warm-up game where I'd spend 10, 15, 20 minutes in before doing something else. So either way, that's coming out on again, March 20th. I think it looks great. It's a beautiful game. They did say for some odd reason that you can build so those islands that you can build. A lot of people were kind of complaining recently because they just announced it that the islands can only have a name with 10 letters or whatever in it. And I thought that was kind of really an odd decision because with how much building and like customization and all the different things you can do, 10 characters is the max for your island.
Especially if you start an island off as the something, and there's already 4 with that and a blank and a space. So now you're already limited to what your title can be. I don't like that.
I don't even think you can make like Outer Heaven if you're trying to be like Metal Gear or something. Yeah. That's like more than 10 right off the bat, and that's always a popular name, I'm sure, for like a lot of things. So either way, do you think you're going to jump on that?
It's funny because we had a big talk about it a couple episodes ago. It looks fantastic, and I literally was talking to Casey, and he was asking me, he's like, "You're gonna get it?" And I'm like, "If any other circumstances, I probably would because I enjoy games like that." But doing what Andrew and I do, there's no time to play a game where you lose yourself in 80 hours and not beat it. You know what I mean? That's the appeal is more for those people that love delving their time into it. We just don't have time. I don't have time to do that. There's other smaller games that I'm playing that would take up that space. So nothing against it. I think it's for you that needs to get it. It's just at this moment I can't play it. There's too many games coming out to do Animal Crossing.
I think what I'm kind of more interested in is, granted this is a full-blown game and I'm sure the other one has all kinds of ads and stuff, is they came out with that mobile Animal Crossing. So I wonder like what the big difference is. Like, why would I go out and purchase this when I have this other one that I play on my phone in my bite-sized chunks and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Not that I don't think it would really hurt it, but
yeah. So
who knows?
Definitely check it out because it's been anticipated. It was pushed back from last year. Now the time is out. So if you've been waiting for it, definitely go to check it out. This is a friendly reminder that it is coming out later on this month. So anything else on that? Back to me. So again, guys, another game that we were talking about a few episodes back is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. That comes out tomorrow, actually. So by the time you're watching this, it should already be out, exclusive for the Switch. Developed by Chunsoft, and this is obviously published by Pokemon Company Nintendo, and it's a roguelike RPG. We discussed this a while back, so nothing new there. The game looks good. If you're like Pokemon, but you don't want to keep doing the battle system in turn of like, a Pokemon Red and Blue up until Switch, or even the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, this is kind of a different twist on it. Dungeon crawl your way through it. Talk with different Pokemon. So if you want more Pokemon, this is the game to get into. And Pokemon right now is just blowing up. The new movie is out on Netflix, the old remastered one. So
yeah, did you watch that yet?
No, I was going to. I am going to. I almost did the other day, but I fell asleep.
I think that's what I'm going to start. That'll be my new fall asleep movie.
Oh, I could definitely do that. I could definitely fall asleep to that. So I don't know. Game look good to you? Is that something you wouldn't mind playing on your Switch? Because I know you and I have been playing a lot more of our Switch recently.
Yeah, because I just came off those other 2 big games. So I'm kind of taking a break from it. I don't know, because it kind of doesn't grab me, because I really only care for Pokemon within the extent of a traditional Pokemon game, like A to B, whatever. And I feel like I got my Switch late, that I don't want to go back and play, I forget what it's called, the other one you have.
Well, Let's Go.
Not Let's Go, the other one.
Sword and Shield?
Yeah, Sword and Shield. I feel like I kind of missed the bus on that.
You saw me played enough.
Yeah, that watching you
it's
play,
like we both beat it.
That maybe I will jump in around the DLC, but I mean, for something else outside that universe, I don't think the only other thing that's ever grasped me from Pokemon outside of just the games, of course I love the anime and collectibles and shit, but I never played Pokemon Pinball or Mystery Dungeon or the other stuff. It's Snap. That was the one exception that I'm like, that is a Pokemon game that if they made that tomorrow, I would go and buy it.
Nice. So,
and I don't even know why, too.
Why not? So that's what I got for the next game. Andrew, what's your next?
My next and final one is actually going to be Doom Eternal, probably arguably the biggest game of the month. That comes out on March 20th, the same day as Animal Crossing. And of course, that's made by, developed by id Software, published by Bethesda. I do want to give a special shout out to my actual favorite part of the game, and that's going to be the composer, whose name is Mick Gordon, who did the composition for...
Hey, Mick Gordon? Mickey's?
For
correlation there?
He did Doom 2016, and we were actually just watching a trailer where he had
awesome.
A bunch of metal people come out, and it was a behind the scenes trailer. He had a bunch of metal vocalists come out, and they were recording choir vocals for like the soundtrack while showing some gameplay. I mean, it just looks like more Doom. There's a little bit more, like, I think you have like a grappling hook to get. It's a lot more verticality to it, but it's just same straight
more
Doom.
In your face, yeah. That game. If I remember to, again, guys, I always got to try to remember when I'm doing it. Because when I edit the videos, it's like 6 in the morning when I wake up and do it. Grab myself the best, whatever I don't drink of this and do it. And that vocalist thing, I think, is guaranteed worth your time because it was really cool to see those behind the scene kind of things, and that's the stuff I really like to watch.
Yeah, and I absolutely loved it, and especially the fact that he did the video game awards that we went to.
Oh yeah. You were saying
he actually played live during the year that game came out, and I watched that performance all the time because it's absolutely great live. Even when I was playing the game, that was my absolute favorite part. And I do want to note that this game comes out on, of course, Windows, Xbox, PlayStation 4, the Switch at a later date is what it says. Yeah. But most importantly,
you get
America's new console, the Stadia.
Oh, hey, one for me and one for you. Don't you get the original Doom or something like that if you pre-order?
I think if
Doom?
You pre-order it came with like Doom 64 or something.
Yeah, there you
like
go.
That.
So if you pre-order, guys, go get it. Anything else on Doom?
No, I'm done with that one.
Okay, so the last game, guys, we want to give a shout out to is Neo 2. This is an exclusive to the PS4. It comes out on the 13th of this month. Developed by Team Ninja. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Team Ninja, which you shouldn't be, they've done Hyrule Warriors. They've done Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive. They just did the Marvel Ultimate Alliance #3, and it's published by Sony Interactive. Now, this game, I mean, are we in a thing right now where more of these kind of Japanese-style games are just coming to the forefront of what people are most anticipating and waiting to play?
It definitely kind of looks like that feudal feel where everything's
I know you've been craving it.
I'll tell you what I didn't like is watching that trailer in English, or at least like because when I played Sekiro, I was like, the English. Not that it's bad, but I just prefer it. Like when I watch like
give me subtitles,
movies and stuff like that, I would just prefer to read the subtitles.
Yeah. So the game looks good. You were saying it's like
it's almost like Dark Souls in a way. This one's got a little bit different. So in the last one, you're just a guy. I don't think you really create your character. This one you can create your own character.
And this is a prequel to #1.
Yeah, and this is a prequel to #1. But again, it's got that Dark Souls style gameplay. This is actually a game that I'm jealous of that is an exclusive, and I'm not sure exactly why it is. I know that obviously Sony is publishing it, but I don't think that they own the rights to Neo, so I don't understand exactly why this game is only on PlayStation, because that would definitely be something I would snatch up on Xbox.
Get it and play here. We'll have camp out.
I don't have time. I still got to beat The Last of Us before 2 comes out.
Oh, bro. So, guys, those are 5 games coming out this month that you should check out. And let us know, guys, because like I said, we like to play games and beat them. Let us know if there's anything we're missing. Let us know if there's a game that came out that you want us to play or that you're looking forward to, because that's really, pun intended, the name of the game is to kind of spread knowledge and keep other gamers informed. And that's what Andrew and I are trying, our best to do with you guys. So
yeah, I mean, there's tons of hidden gems out there, so I mean, if there's anything we overlooked, always let us know.
So definitely, guys, let's move into the second story of the day, and that is you know what I forgot to grab, and I'm sure it was a couple days ago, the Final Fantasy VII Demo finally just came out, and that was what,
2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago, I think.
Came out Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday, yeah. So that just came out. You finally get to play the game. I don't know, it was a little short for me because I wanted more, but I think it was a perfectly fine as a demo. It looked good. It played good. Your initial thoughts on it?
Yeah, I don't know how people were taking it. Well, I guess depending on the difficulty, if normal's that hard, but people were taking like 3 hours. It took us like 30 minutes.
Yeah. See,
but we also played on like easy though, so that way we could really kind of mess around and experience
kind of passed the controller around. We both were playing it.
Yeah, we took turns. We tried the different fighting styles too. I actually really enjoyed it. Like it again, it's wholeheartedly what I believe Final Fantasy VII should be. It's a heart remake. Like, they absolutely nailed it. The same way I say about Resident Evil, how fondly I talk about that. They got the heart of what this game is about, and that is absolutely what is most important. And I actually personally like this new battle system. I know there's tons of people out there clamoring, like, oh, give us the turn-based, give us the turn-based. I don't understand how that would really be as fun. Like, I personally enjoy this. I think it's a lot better.
I really look forward to it because I like an old school traditional turn-based RPG.
Yeah, I
nothing
love
wrong with that.
Next man,
but based with older graphics. You know what I mean? I like my sprites looking in a turn-based combat. I like early PS2 work. When I'm running around with these new guys with Cloud looking as good as he is, with Barrett looking as good as he is, I will play it if that is what's only offered, but I don't necessarily need it. If I can do a new system where, because it's not even a hack and slash, it's still, you can stop, pick your magic, pick your attacks, wait for your build up. I mean, the turn base is still kind of there essentially, since you're waiting for it to go.
I'd say more time based than anything.
I'm looking forward to it, but I can see, let's say, if they're only doing it in these spurts, I could see a game that, let's say, is only X amount of hours. If you're playing in a turn-based combat, maybe that just lulls it out. Maybe that just drags it out a little bit more to get the most out of it, I guess.
That is kind of my thing, too, is when you're doing that turn-based combat, after I get so powerful, there just comes to a point where I'm just like, fuck, another fight. I just start smashing the X button. Like, I'm not dodging or doing whatever, planning out my attack. I'm just literally smashing whatever I think is going to win the fight the fastest.
Yeah, and I do like how the demo kind of showed... I mean... One thing that I was a little irritated at first is it bogs you down with a lot of commands. It tells you this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, which was a lot. But I guess once you start playing once you start playing the game, you're like, fuck, just let me play. Let me start smashing people. Because it seems like for the first 10 minutes, it's like, and you would be able, like Andrew found out, you can just run by holding R1 or R2 or it'll dash. It's like maybe another 10, 15 minutes into the game, it goes, oh yeah, and if you hit this, you can dash to this. It's like, well, fuck, anybody that knows how to play a game experiments with the controls before they start going. So I thought a little bit was unnecessary, but as a demo, it's just broadcasting to every age of game player.
So I think as far as the demo goes, and spoilers if you didn't want to know anything about it, because I mean, we haven't talked story-wise or anything else like that, but the demo actually does, it's pretty much what you've been seeing. It's blowing up the first reactor, from Cloud to the train to fighting the Scorpions and blowing that up, and just a little bit of cutscene after that. Nothing else. That's what kind of disappointed me about this demo, is we've seen that a million times.
Yeah,
I want to see a different area. They could have put something, again, make it a 30-minute demo, make it a time demo, do something different, but put it somewhere that hasn't been shown, that, again, isn't going to be a crazy huge surprise or anything like that. But for the people who don't believe that, I don't know how you're going to make 50, 100 hour, whatever multi-part game, and Section 1 is mostly in Midgar. Because, again, another spoiler, and I sent this to Craig too, and this is outside news, is that they said that Red 13 is not going to be a playable character. He's going to be someone that tags along with you, because you get him too close to the end of the game, that it doesn't really make sense for him to be playable, because you don't have time to get familiar with him and his tactics for it to really mean anything. So he's coming at the tail of this adventure. You get Red 13 pretty early in the game, I feel, depending on how fast you're running through it, that how long is this part 1? And that's my question to you is, do you have an ideal spot where it would end? And B, how many hours would you be satisfied with?
I would have a more clear answer if they told me how many parts were coming. If they said Final Fantasy VII is going to be 2 parts, then I would say, you know what? Then I would say, you know what? Then I think it would maybe stop around here. If Final Fantasy is going to be 5 parts, then I have no idea where you stop part 1 or part. If it's 3 parts, that's kind of the thing where Andrew asked me this like a couple days ago, and I couldn't really put my finger on it, because I'm like, well, I don't know how many they're going to be.
With what this is, I don't know how this game could be more than 2 parts, because now that I'm playing The Witcher, that game is fucking massive.
I hope we get all the way to the Turks.
That's all in one game.
I hope we at least get introduced to the Turks. And I think maybe right around there, maybe that's might be where they stop, if they're adding a lot more filler in, because at that point you're still doing the...
I think you would do that. I think you're going to leave Midgar for sure. Maybe even make it to Nibelheim.
Nothing wrong with that. I just wish they told us how many they're going to be.
How many hours would you be happy with?
In the game?
Yeah. Because I'm looking for, like...
If the original one could put me at 50...
I'd say 20 to 30.
Then I would say, yeah, maybe somewhere 40. I would be comfortable with 40. I wouldn't be mad if it was 40.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean just for the first part?
Yeah, just for the first part.
For the first part, then yeah. Then 15, 20 would be fantastic.
I'm thinking more 20, 30. And let us know, because, I mean, that's the biggest thing, too, especially for a part 1, that we have no clue how this is going to work, how many more parts this is going to be.
That's what I can't figure out, is how many is it going to be.
So, I mean, the demo was great. Like, I believe in the gameplay, and that's the thing, is I believed in the gameplay since they very first showed it off and showed off this game, that... Normally when you put out a demo, it's always kind of to prove, like, okay, this is what we're doing, this is our vision, this is to make you believe. I don't believe, because all you've done is show me everything I've already known since you showed this game off however long ago. It's all the same stuff.
It was one thing to watch Wedge, Biggs, and Jesse on a trailer, but it was kind of cool to actually play with them and bump into them and see them. So I do feel they gave a lot of heart to characters that are so small. I think Barrett was maybe a little...
Dude, I would even throw Jessie into the running now as like one of your potential like side love interests or whatever, because she's a big flirt.
Yeah, she was. So that's the Final Fantasy 7 demo, guys. It is out right now. Go check it out. Let us know what you think. Anything else you want to add to the FF7D?
No.
The FF7?
Overall, though, did enjoy it. I would say go play it.
Yeah, I almost want to go replay it now on the hard mode just to see what everyone's bitching about. There's no way that thing takes you fucking...
Dude, I heard that tank kicks your ass.
I'm going to beat the shit out of it now. So, guys, moving into our next and final story is and you guys have been hearing us talk about this. Again, I always reference past episodes because it always leads up to this. And this one in particular is the Game Developer Conference, the GDC as it's known, that we've been talking about. As every other company going on, big tech companies in the world are shutting down via the coronavirus scare, fright, and panic. This is another one that's kind of taking it into consideration. It actually was supposed to come on March 3/16, Stone Cold Day, to the 20th. It's now been postponed, and what they're saying is it's being postponed till hopefully somewhere in the summer. That's E3 time. So I'm just curious of where...
I wonder if they postpone E3.
Where are we moving to? Like, how many things are going to keep getting pushed back? And again, rightfully so. If you think there's a problem with or scared of anything else that can spread something, I get it. But, like, we're as gamers, we're seeing our whole annual calendar events being shifted. I mean, this is the most radical I think it's ever been in decades. Things just moving around to where we're going, okay, well, when is this? When is this?
Yeah, there has been a lot of... It's not just game delays, too, yeah.
Everything, but yeah, game's big for us, though, because, how many pushbacks are we getting? Now you can't go to GDC. Is E3 next?
Actually, I didn't send it to you earlier.
What do you got?
The people who were designing the E3 map floor, I think they're called, like, 8-Bit Gaming or something. I am 8-Bit Gaming.
I like that.
Actually... said today that they're not doing it anymore. So it almost seems like they got fired. I don't know too much about them, but a lot of the comments I've seen were a lot of people saying like, oh good, they suck anyways, this and that, they weren't ever any good, blah blah blah, whatever. So I can almost see E3 getting postponed now, not I'm sure because of the corona scare, but now that they just lost the main designers for their floor and how it's going to work, and maybe because of all these complaints and all this backlash, that's going to be something that we'll see later out this year. Maybe we'll see an E3 later on this year. And this also almost brings more to the point. When are we going to see these consoles revealed?
Yeah, it's
because we're in March now.
Yeah, we're in one of the...
We don't know anything.
What should have been one of the most awesome times to look forward to future gaming technology, systems, innovations, and being like, oh, cool. I can't wait to watch these shows and see when they're going to be revealed, released, demo tested, played in front of me. Where it's just like, well, shit. We don't know if parts are getting manufactured in time and it's going to influx price. We don't know if E3 is going to happen and we get to watch it. We don't know if, what comes at the end of the year. Is Gamescom in August going to be affected by this? Is the Game Awards show that happens in LA going to be affected? Are we going to move all the way to December and this still kind of be a thing? It's just, we live in a crazy time, and Andrew and I were talking about GDC.
Either way, safety first. I'm glad they're taking that into consideration.
So if you guys were looking forward to the GDC, it has been officially postponed, delayed, and without it's TBA until when they're going to reveal. Summer is what they're expecting.
And if no one else delays, I don't know where they would fit this in.
Yeah, well, at least that makes sense because especially if you're going in the downtown LA using their thing, and we're getting reports of Vegas being treated for coronavirus. It's dangerously close to home, and that's something nobody likes to hear.
Right.
So, guys, leave us your thoughts on this. We've talked about it before. Jump into the comments. Let us know your thoughts on it. If it's something you even really want to get into. We just thought we'd bring it to your attention because these big events are what gamers like us look forward to every year, and unfortunately, this one's being pushed back. This one that was going to be happening in 10 days is now gone. So that is it for stories. Shall we, dare I say, move into riffs?
Yeah,
let's rip it up. Would you like to go first or second?
I will go first.
Go on. Preach on, baby boy.
So my first riff is actually going to be that there's a new Ghost of Tsushima trailer, which I think I'd mentioned earlier. Again, didn't like watching it in English, but the game looks beautiful, looks absolutely great, loving the theme of it, loving the way the story looks like it's panning out, but most importantly, they finally put out a release date of June 26th. So that is fairly close, and it seems like that delay wasn't by that much. And I think what's even crazier is that The Last of Us comes out at the end of the month before that. So less than 30 days, or it might be around the 30-day mark, you're going to be getting two of the biggest PlayStation exclusives, arguably the two games that people are looking forward to this year.
And probably competing for the same audience, because it's not like, like a Call of Duty versus like a narrative gameplay. Like, these are two games that are going to be, single player
oriented, yeah.
And so unless you've got time to cruise through one, to pick up the next, one of them's probably sitting on your back burner at least until you're comfortably done playing the other one, right?
Yeah, I feel like maybe another 2 months in between would have been a lot better, because a month, I mean, you could definitely beat The Last of Us 2 in a month, but if you're someone else who works a lot, can only put in 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, something like that.
Or have X amount of dollars.
Who knows how long that game is going to take you? Yeah, or X amount of dollars that you could have only had the one big game
a month or something like that.
So, who knows? Either way, it's almost here.
Andrew's going to buy it. He's going to come over, pop it on the PS4, play after he beats Last of Us 1. Yeah, you're almost there. You're getting there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That was good. It's one of the reasons why it's worth owning a PlayStation 4, because two fucking good solid titles like that coming out back to back in the same month. So that's awesome. My first riff, guys, is that if you're a big fan of headsets, you like playing late at night, you don't want to wake up
I really like this when you showed it to me.
Your partner, you keep the kids asleep. Logitech G is developing an app with this company called Embody, and what it's designed to do is essentially make your headset more prone to sounds, whether it be close or far away. And they're developing this app where you scan in this QR code and then take a picture of your right ear, and then the AI uses an algorithm that analyzes it to show what parts of your ear are going to be more influenced by what. So it's a paid subscription with a 2-week free trial period where it's $3 and up. It didn't really jump into.
We're not sponsored.
Yeah, we're not sponsored at all, but you can. So that's a Logitech. It's $3 and up. I don't know what the tiers consist of, but the article I was reading was somebody was playing Resident Evil 2, and they said it was leaps and bounds more intense playing it with that than it was playing it just on like a sound bar or regular headset or something like that. So if you are big into headsets, check this out. I'll try to leave the article or at least a link to it. It's kind of a cool thing. I mean, we are moving more into the space of technology with our game systems are moving forward. I think that's kind of cool that you can start taking a picture of your ear to get better sound solely based on your design. So
I think that's more I find that very interesting, especially because I don't think that you're the biggest person for headsets.
I'm not.
But I have my headset, and I turn up the volume, and even when I'm playing like The Witcher or other stuff like that, or Resident Evil, like I prefer to play with the headset now through the TV. I was always a TV player. And now I think it's weird. There's times where I do play without it, but that's my ideal sound now, is with my headset. So anything that could make it better for me to hear what is going on, I'm all about that.
I like to keep my ears open and know what's going on outside. There's so many noises going on throughout the night. I like to know if someone's breaking into my house.
If they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me.
Can you hold on? I'm right in the middle of this boss. So that was my first riff. Andrew, we got time to dive into twosies.
Yeah, my final riff is actually going to be that Season 3 of Castlevania launches today on Netflix. So get out there and check that out.
If you're watching it, it's out.
Been working all day, so I have not got to watch any of it. I read a couple previews, no spoilers or anything like that in them, but saying that it was good and that the season continues to do best what it's been doing for the others, and that's really diving down and making fully fleshed out, stories, lives, experiences for these characters that were just side scrollers before, and that's what I love the most.
Yeah,
because before, you just had Trevor, he's just a side scroller who kills vampires that I believe is good. Now he's kind of immature at times, drunk with a heart of gold that I love to death,
living up to an old family reputation
that he hates.
Yeah, I this is where I think most of these properties that want to dive into media that's outside of video games needs to go. Look at, I mean, we always say make a movie out of it, make a movie out of it, make a movie out of it, but we're living in a time where outside of maybe like the 50s, we're in the golden age of TV where Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, all these things are developing TV programs, and now is the time to jump on board, because the only way to express a Castlevania series properly is through a 12-episode arc. The Witcher, through a 10-episode arc. You can't do it in an hour and a half.
And both shows have been absolutely great.
Are critically acclaimed as successes.
I'm loving absolutely both of them. That I have absolute faith that Netflix is. Granted, they took a huge misstep with one of my favorite properties, Death Note, and completely fucked it up. I have absolute faith that they're going to kill Resident Evil and make it phenomenal. So, can't be any worse than the movies, which are also coming to Netflix.
Oh, boom!
This month. Actually, I think they came 2 days ago.
Hey, they came, they saw.
It's not the going, it's the coming.
Anything else on that?
No, I'm done. So go out there and watch it.
So sticking with the theme of the transition between one media to the next, HBO has announced that they've picked up the Last of Us property to develop a TV series. So, again, if you're familiar with The Last of Us, post-apocalyptic, zombie-type exploration, and now most people will shout out that there's no room for it, right? We've done zombies to death.
The Walking Dead.
The Walking
Dead.
Dead.
Netflix already actually has another one. I forget what it's called.
You know what? I forget the name of it, and Dante would probably kill me, but I really enjoyed it. It had Matthew Broderick in it. Anyway, it was really good. But HBO's picking this up, and HBO, Craig Mazin, and any Craig's a good Craig. He's the creator of Chernobyl, and that almost unanimously looked at is a 10 series. So if you guys have not gone and seen Chernobyl, go check it out. Based on real events, it's extremely kind of terrifying to realize what actually happened in our country at a certain point in time. So if they can bring that realism, because Neil Druckmann's also on board to get this done, and he's the creative director of the game. So you put those two heads together, I'm sure they can make a Last of Us HBO 10-part series work. So like I said, again, a few episodes back, we are in the age that video games are finally getting their dues, if that's something you want, because video games moving into TV or movies isn't for everybody. Some people say leave it on the console, and maybe that's for you. I like watching explored narratives, but that is happening.
They've come for their due and proper.
They've come for it. So we're done with riffs?
Yep.
Okay, so let's move into video game questions of the week. So, oh, you know what? And you forgot to remind me. Is we didn't grab that.
Oh, the
We
quote?
didn't grab the quote, so too little too late.
Okay, you've forgotten.
I should have just left it up. So, guys, our first question comes from Auburnstein, and this was an interesting question. And he asked, what games would you guys recommend to an 11 to 12-year-old in 2020 with only $100 to spend? You can only choose one console, and you have 1 year's worth of live, I'm assuming a paid service for online, already paid for. Don't worry about tax and pretend the Game Pass doesn't exist. So you're already kind of pointing into where Andrew and I lie, since most of our gameplay is on Xbox versus the Switch or the PlayStation. That's kind of where our heads were already at. And I do this all the time, so I really like the question. There's days where I sit on a deals day, and I always go to myself, I'm like, man, if I was 14 and I had $100, what would I pick out?
Dude, every time I see Gino, he's on the deals.
Oh, man, it's very cool. So Andrew and I did this together. We didn't make a separate list. And what we came up with for the $100 for an 11 to 12-year-old with a little bit of reasoning behind
Depending on how you raise your child.
Depending on how you raise your child, tomato, is for $40. Andrew liked...
I chose the Spyro trilogy because I absolutely loved it. Game from my past, blast from the past. And I think it was an amazing remake. 3 games for $40. Couldn't beat it.
3 games for $40. That's some solid value. And up-res and remastered looks great. So
very child-friendly. And I mean, if you have that nostalgia for Spyro.
And the irony is that's probably what we were playing at 11, 12, 13. So
yeah, I think that's what
Spyro was right around there. For that. The next one for $31 was Rainbow Six. We landed on this one because
Siege, of course.
Siege. So yeah, so if you're gonna get a first-person shooter, gun action game, this is a solid one to get at essentially half price from a $60 game, because it's constantly being built upon, and people are regarding it as some of the best free add-ons that are coming to this game in a long while.
It's free add-ons. You can pay for the pass to get the characters that you want to, whatever like that earlier, but you can unlock everything in there naturally through gameplay. It will take some time, of course, but this game is the gift that keeps on giving. And I personally still love it, and I messed up the timer by accident, so I turned it off.
So now, whoa! Now you're throwing me off. So now you got your 3 games for child friendly. You've got your shooter. The next one that I remember fondly, and Andrew I believe does too. For $15, you can grab yourself Castle Crashers. Now that is a beautiful side-scroller,
nice little multiplayer,
four-player game. So if you've got friends that are coming over and you want to pass some controllers around, you can jump on that. That's going to take you through levels. Excellent little game. Widely regarded as, if I'm remembering correctly, as one of Xbox's original indie games that blew the fuck up. I mean, the $15 game that I'm talking about now is the remastered from the old one that came out back when Xbox regular was out.
When they used to do like the Xbox Live Summer Arcade and stuff like that. Wasn't that one of them, I think?
I believe so. It was one of the highlights.
I know it was one of the first big games to come out like that.
Yeah. That took a lot of people by storm because of how good it was. The next one, which was, we're going to do Return to Arkham. Now, once upon a time, you could get the trilogy for very dirt cheap. Right now, you can get Arkham Asylum and Arkham City for $10.
Both amazing games.
Both fantastic games. So if you're 11, 12-year-old and you like comic books or you like the movie Batman, these are two good games to jump into that could take up a good chunk of your time, replayability, and definitely exploration. That puts us at...
Yeah, I don't know what kid wouldn't want to play as Batman.
Yeah.
Better than the Batman games I had as a child.
Oh, yeah. Go play the Batman Forever game on the Super Nintendo and tell me I'm wrong. That puts us at $96. So for $4 left, we found Miss Pac-Man Arcade, and that caps out at $100. That puts you into the shoes of playing an old school 80s game. It also gets mom and dad involved if it's something they're doing. It's definitely rounds it off in that family friendly game. So that's $100 well spent as of today. We looked at today, so that's not to say in 6 months what our $100 choice would be. So leave me your list of $100 because
I want to see a better list. I think that one was pretty good.
I kind of wanted to avoid big AAA titles because $60 can eat your $100 fast, and then you got $40 to play with. So that's our list, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're not giving a 12-year-old $100 and buying him games. So the last question, guys, comes from Chet Christensen, and I believe this is his first question on the show, but if not, Chet, I'm sorry. So he asks, have you guys been keeping track of Valorant, or have you heard of it? Because it's a game I'm super pumped for. Keep up the good work, you sexy beast. Well, Chet, we appreciate being appreciated.
Thank you.
So, Andrew and I'm not familiar with it. You weren't familiar with it until we started looking at it, correct?
No. Neither of us are like huge into PC. I mean, I kind of keep my eye on some games like I knew about PUBG before it came out. I can't even remember this other one that's on PC now where you can put all kinds of shit on all kinds of guns and it's the new hotness. I forget the name, but when I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I've seen that before. So this game I've actually never seen before until we were looking at it earlier, and I think it pretty much just looks like Counter-Strike, almost kind of mixed with
Overwatch.
Overwatch is what I have to say, because they had the movement, the shooting, everything looked like Counter-Strike, except for it looked like they had individual characters that had Overwatch skills. So like this one dude put down these things that made almost like a firewall that you could shoot through, but you can't really see through. So you can either try and get a lucky shot, try and throw stuff through. I don't know how bad that would hurt you trying to run through, if that would instantly kill you, whatever. Any sort of thing. It almost looked like these people had sort of special abilities. That and some of the guns looked a lot more futuristic than what Counter-Strike's were. But this game looks like that is its most heavy influence, would be Counter-Strike, because the way they move, the way the guy's hands are like sitting like idly and stuff like that looks just like Counter-Strike. If you just show me a screenshot of someone's hands like that, I was like, it just kind of looks like a worse version of Counter-Strike, but...
And Andrew, we were, again, so forgive us if there's better footage to watch. We were watching the alpha footage. So we were kind of watching, stage 1 of it going on, because, it looked a little, I don't want to say dated, but it looked rougher. But once we realized it was alpha footage, I was like, okay, cool. So I can see where the appeal is, because like Andrew's saying, Counter-Strike-esque, which, blew up as one of the, PC's most popular. And
still is one of the biggest.
And correct us if we're wrong if Valorant's coming into anything else, but it looked like it was PC only. And then, once you can throw in powers, I always applaud games that can do shooting with some sort of, whether it be magic or nanobite technology that lets you do something. So that's always cool because it adds another element. Because we were talking, I'm like, what separates this from just being a Call of Duty or a Rainbow Six with guns? And then the wall throw up. I'm like, oh, well, there you go. It's got abilities,
yeah, that was
powers,
the first thing I said.
that.
I was like, oh, this just looks like a rip-off of Counter-Strike. And then they put off the thing. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so I'm glad. And again, guys, this is what kind of the show's about. I'm glad you put this on our map because I would have been completely ignorant of what Valorant was. And now it's in my attention. I've watched videos. We've given it its time. We're talking about it. We're telling you guys about it.
But we'll be honest, we're not going to play it because neither of us are PC players.
If it's a PC exclusive, we are mainly console folk around here. So.
And that's just because I work all day fixing computers. I do not have time to go home and fuck around with my own
So it sounds
computer.
like that's the bottom line.
because Mickey's said so.
So, guys, that is the
end.
end.
We just ended the episode right
We
there.
could have. That is the end of this episode, guys. We appreciate you hanging with us. Drop in the comments, comment on anything we've talked about, and make sure until next time, you know that I am Craig Perales, and that
Mickey Montemayor.
is Mickey Montemayor. Cheers.
I thought I was going to have a lot more of that 40 left, but then I just started, like, cruising. And outside, same thing.
I almost had it done, and if we would have go another 5 minutes, I could have, but...
The biggest factor, again, is just how small that fucking top... Like, I can't get, like, my fucking Das Boot
I can't
on.
get into the groove.
Yeah, I just really want to start Seinfeld, but I'm just like... Oh, dude, when I try to watch the episodes, they suck.
I
But
told
when I
you,
watch
I'll
these
give
clips,
you-
they're good.
Actually, I'll never go on your Hulu. I'll make you a list. I'll just text it to you. 6 episodes. You watch those.
To start with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you don't need to watch all 9 seasons like I fall in love with. Because you don't want to watch season 1 through 2. I know you're not going to like them.
I started it, and oh, man.
What I'll do...
I'm glad...
I'll make you a
a
season 3 list.
Did they get rid of a stand-up eventually?
Some episodes.
Like, where it's not as prominent as it was.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some
his stand-up is the worst part, and I'm like, I get that that's what it was for its time, but even at its time, I don't would have thought that was funny.
It's definitely gone by like season 6. So
man,
maybe
it's the one I hate the most is like, oh, what happened? Your laundry's fucking dancing, and then you fucking lose your socks. And fucking blah. I'm like, oh my god, dude, this is so fucking lame, bro.
No, it's fantastic. But I'll make you a list of everything you should watch in season 3, 4, 5, then just do that. But I would say go backwards. Start at 9. That way you can get the good stuff. And then if you feel like watching the older stuff, that's how you'll.
Okay,
that's how you'll
I would
run
be
into
about
it.
that.
Okay, I'll do that for you.
I'd be about
I feel like
that.
as a Seinfeld fan, I owe that to you.
I enjoy it. Like I said, there's lots of clips. Like I like the people. They all have their individual moments. It's not like there's anybody.
Dude, every
that I hate.
Steinbrenner episode is my favorite, dude.
I don't even know who that is.
George Steinbrenner. He's the owner of the Yankees. He passed away.
Is that the dude who owns the company George works for?
Yeah. The company? Yeah, he owns the Yankees.
Yeah, because when he's fucking gets under his desk and he's trying to take a nap,
Yeah,
and the dude
same
fucking
guy, same
sits
thing.
there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, earthquake! Get under the desk, but he doesn't get fired because
like a man. Oh.
Hey kids, what do you think of this song? Oh,
Hey, you guys hip with the tunes? What's this one? Oh my god, my babies!
Yeah.
Little empty calories and some milk curiosity, ain't Georgie?
But I love that one though, dude.
Yeah,
do you ever yearn? I crave.
I do constantly.
I constantly crave. I don't know if I yearn.
Yeah.
Oh, I yearn.
You got any women? No.
No.
Anybody?
You got money? No.
No. You got anything on the horizon? No.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Oh, dude, it's the best.
Well, what's getting you out of bed every day? I like to read the news.
There's nothing wrong with being a Seinfeld fan in clip doses.
I appreciate it for what it is.
Because there's scenes that still...
Because that's the thing, is I'll never say, like... if someone told me I love Seinfeld, I would never say, like, why, you're a fucking idiot. But I could objectively say, like, from what I've seen, it's bad, but there's lots of good.
I think you like its heart. You just don't like the acting and some of the storytelling, because it's lull.
Maybe it's because I've only seen the earlier shit. But a lot of those clips do fucking kill me. Like the one where like Kramer's like swimming in the fucking river and shit like that. Like
3 hours in this and I'm a whole inch taller.
That's throughout like a whole episode. I'm like, dude, that shit's fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude, that's a good episode. I'm trying to remember actually what the name of that one is. That's what I try to do. I try to remember like what the names are, but all I'm remembering is Kramer's storyline.
I'll tell you what I haven't watched in a while. That I'm way behind on is
that's the one where George sleeps under the desk.
Oh, is that the same? That's the same. It's the same guy.
The same. Yeah. Jerry gets his kitchen redone. Elaine gets the bed, and then Kramer's swimming in the.
What about that big? What about that big?
But that, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Dude, that's what I want.
You know, go home. Go home, take a nap. That's what George wants.
Dude, so wait, you said Always Sunny?
I haven't watched that in a minute.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, here's the weird difference between Seinfeld and
because I started
Sunny.
watching It's Always Sunny. I think is it season 13? That's the weird one where they returned and it started off like Mindy Kaling and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're past 13, so.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I was like, this is. I haven't even finished that because I was like, it's really hit or miss. I don't feel like it's like it was before. I don't know.
No, it's definitely changed. I mean, but I find when I'm watching Seinfeld, I can fall asleep to it and just like listen to it. When I turn on Always Sunny, like I have to like watch it. You know what I mean? Because there's always so much going on. I'm always like, so that's why like I can't fall asleep to Always Sunny because it keeps me awake.
I'm like that with fucking anything, man. Like you could have on the world's. I couldn't give a shit less about it. And if it's on the TV, I'll be trying to sleep. And as soon as I hear like, oh well, this and that, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I might as well see what all the fuss is about.
Dude, so the other night when the power went out, we had to pop in DVDs because that was all that was running. I was like, okay, I'll fall asleep.
How the fuck did you have a DVD running with the power out?
What do you mean?
You have a portable?
The internet's out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. The internet was out, not electricity.
Okay. I was like, all
right. The internet was out, so I popped in because I've seen Toy Story 1 enough, so I started with 2, popped in 2, didn't watch the whole thing, popped in 1, watched the whole thing, and then I think she has 3, did 3, watched the whole thing. And I was like, shit, it was like so late, and I was just like,
did you watch 4 yet?
We watched 4 the other night because now it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I don't think Christina's seen like 2. Yeah, I do have it.
She doesn't seen 2?
I think she's only seen 1. She's seen 1, I think maybe parts of 3. Because I just quote that fucking, we're all just trash waiting to be thrown away.
Where's your kid now, Sheriff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Lotso. Big baby, no.
Big baby. Now we gotta take it easy on some of us older toys.
But, I love those movies, dude. I think they're great. I've always loved Toy Story. Oh, did you watch that Pixar documentary that's on Netflix?
I've seen 3 Pixar documentaries.
Oh, I think I asked you about this before.
And I always said
the one with Steve Jobs?
Yeah.
Dude, good shit,
They're all good shit. That's what I was saying when we were talking about Doom. I love the behind-the-scenes shit. Like, I love tidbits of things that, like, you didn't know that made something that you're completely infatuated with.
I wish I had said that I hope Mick Gordon has a matching fucking Corvette. Oh. Red Corvette. Was it Corvette? Is that what they drove?
Was it a Corvette or Mercedes? No, it wasn't.
It's not a Mercedes.
Because I won't drive a German car.
I don't know. Is that?
That's from Seinfeld. What the fuck? What did they have? Matching Ferraris.
Oh, matching red Ferraris. And you know, why shouldn't they?